Day in the Life as a Wrestler's Girlfriend Part 5, but it's less of a day in the life and more of a lore drop. A frequent question I've gotten on my previous videos is, how did you meet Enzo Amore and how did you guys start dating? I should preface and say that I didn't meet Enzo. I met Eric, which it is very important to distinguish the two for our story. When I met Eric, I was working in retail and Eric frequently came to the store I worked at, but I had never really spoken to him and I never really watched wrestling, but my coworkers filled me in on who he was and I wasn't like scoping him out or anything. I didn't talk to him in depth up until maybe the day of a big sale and an event. We started yapping at my register and a line started forming and I was like, hey, come back to the event if you want to talk to me, with no expectations that he would actually come back. He came back and he was there an hour early and we ended up just talking the whole time. And that kicked off our talking phase. And while we were in that talking phase, we very quickly realized we both really liked one another. And that's when we started to intentionally date. Dating Eric was and still is a whirlwind. Since we've started talking, I've been to so many places that I used to just have on my vision boards, met people like Dave Chappelle, Bobby Lee, and people that I've literally only seen on Instagram, checked off so many firsts that sometimes I genuinely have to pinch myself. And he took me for a loop when he invited me on the Jericho cruise. And that's where I met Enzo Amore for the first time. It was my first time watching wrestling ever, and it happened to be when he did a bit reuniting with Cass, and I was there to see that. And I was enamored before, but this was the first time I saw Eric in his element, focused on his passion, and embodying who you all know as Enzo Amore. Since then, because I could see where Eric needed help, I just took on a lot of different tasks to lighten his load and became his road dog, because within our relationship, we both lean on each other and a big part of his life is being Enzo. But this allowed for us to have so much time together and we really got to know each other and we really just became best friends. And while the lines blur at times, dating Enzo Amore, aka Eric, is one of the most beautiful things I have the pleasure to experience on a day-to-day basis. Eric makes it easy to be in love with him. Laughing is like second nature in our relationship, and we have fallen into our own slice of paradise that we both go out of our way to protect. If you had told me years ago that I'd be in love like this today, you really could giggle out of me. And I hope that as you watch this series and keep watching my content in general and Eric's content as we travel the world and we pursue our passions, as you watch us both grow together and in our personal endeavors, that a key takeaway is you find what makes you happy in this lifetime and you cultivate it. I'll see you in the next part.